Welcome to the All at One channel. I'm astrologer, author, and coach Kelley Rosano. And this is Virgo March 2012. Virgo, the first big event is Mercury, your ruling planet, is going retrograde between March 12th and April 4th. Mercury retrograde is a wonderful time to review things, revisit things, rewrite things, rework things, reinvent things, reconsider things, and research. Mercury retrograde is a fantastic time to do research work. And for you, it's happening in the part of your life that has to do with other people's money, other people's values, money owed to you, insurance money owed to you, royalties owed to you, your partner's money, your partner's resources, inheritance. It's also the part of life where we draw boundaries. And boundaries are good because boundaries help us remain strong and know where we begin and where others begin, and we keep those boundaries intact so that our sacred space is guaranteed. And so with Mercury going retrograde between March 12th and April 4th, in the very personal part of your chart that has to do with relationships and intimacy and boundaries, you're going to be looking at, okay, well, who do I trust? Do I trust myself? Because if we don't trust self, how can we trust others? And you're really looking at that, like, well, who do I trust? And do I trust myself? And I think that's so important. You know, there are times where people fool us. That doesn't mean we can't trust ourselves. You do have transiting Neptune moving through that part of your chart where you're going to be tested in relationships. And yeah, there's times where people can fool us and people can, you know, let us down. However, if we forgive ourselves for going through the experience and we forgive others, we can move on really quickly and we can get the lesson and learn from the experience. And that's what it's all about. You know, it's not about not making mistakes. And I know that's a big one for Virgos, because Virgos, we don't like to make mistakes now, do we? Now, my Mercury's in Virgo, and so is my Pluto, so I think like a Virgo. And I have a very late Leo sun, so I'm right on the cusp there of Leo Virgo. So I have a lot of that. I get it, you know, personally. And so there's that part of us that we, oh my gosh, I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to screw this up. Or I just, you know, how did I miss that, you know? And so it's not about not making mistakes, because in order to be successful, we have to continuously make mistakes. You know, I mean, how do you invent something? When you invent something, you get it wrong 1,000 times before you get it right once, right? So it's okay to have lessons that come through other people. It's okay to have lessons where we learn patience. We learn to not be so hard on ourselves. And that's a big one for Virgo. And especially now with your ruling planet going in reverse, you're going to be tested about looking at what other people want from you, what other people's values are versus what your values are. And then Mercury jumps back into the 7th house of marriage and partnership and business partnerships from March 23rd through April 17th. So you really are in a personal cycle right now where you're really looking at, okay, what do I believe? What does my partner believe? What do I need? What does he or she need from me? What do I need and want? What do I love and value? What do others need and want from me? What do others love and value? So there's this balance going on of really looking at what it is you need, what it is you want, and what others need and want from you. You know, and there are many astrologers that believe that Chiron is also your ruling planet. And that may be part of it. So I would say that Chiron could be a co-ruler of Virgo. Some astrologers believe that Vesta, the asteroid of home and hearth, is the ruling planet of Virgo. From my experience, and I have been at this a really long time, it's Mercury that's your ruling planet. I think Chiron does have a hand in it, and Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron acts like a planet in our astrology. He is an asteroid between Saturn the past and Uranus the future. Chiron is also in Pisces. So your 7th house is really being activated. That area of your life that has to do with other people, relationships. And remember, all of our relationships are a projection that we are placing, that we are seeing back to us. So in other words, people mirror to us what's going on inside of us. That's why we need relationships, because they help us go deeper inside of self and understand aspects of ourselves that we couldn't reach just being alone on the mountaintop doing our mantras, eating out of our rice bowl. It's when we come down here and get into the mud with the relationships that we really begin to see what we're made of and how much self-mastery we really have. And so you are being activated in this area to increase your self-mastery in relationships, in finances, in other people giving you money, and other people that owe you money. So be aware that when Mercury's retrograde, and I find the craziest day that Mercury's retrograde is the day he goes retro and the day he goes direct. So March 12th and April 4th will be crazy town days. And that's okay, because as long as we keep our sense of humor, as long as we back up our computer, as long as we're looking at the details, we can have fun with it. That's what it's about. Mercury retrograde is a fantastic time to go over things and research things and take a look at things. It's not the best time to sign a contract, but you know, business has to go on. And if you're selling something or you're taking a job, as long as you're looking at what others want from you, okay, because it is going on in the part of your life that has to do with other people. As long as you are clear with understanding what other people want from you, what is being asked of you, then you can commit yourself, okay? Because we can't stop business. The show must go on. Life has to go on. However, it is not a good time to get married, especially with Neptune in the 7th house, and then you add Mercury there. Now, Neptune's going to be in your 7th house for, you know, the next almost 14 years. So I'm not saying you can't get married now. What I'm saying is when Mercury's retrograde, it's best not to get married, because when Mercury's retrograde, it means redo the contract, and marriage is a contract. And that's one contract you don't want to redo, right? When we invest ourselves into a marriage, we want to make it for life. So be aware of that you know, you want to hang loose during this time. It's a wonderful time to do your homework. It's a wonderful time to do your research work. It's a wonderful time to look at things, analyze things. You know, the more preparatory work we do, when it's time to take action, things just go effortlessly. It's all about the homework. It's all about the preparation work. And this is a wonderful time to be into our preparation work and our research work and really looking at things carefully. Now, you have your full moon. We get one new moon and one full moon a year. And this is your full moon. On March 8th, you have a full moon in your first house. And that has to do with new beginnings. It has to do with self-development, self-initiative. So it's your full moon of the year, and it's on all of 2012. So you don't have to run right out now, especially with Mercury retrograde and Mars retrograde and Saturn retrograde. It's okay to be practical, pragmatic, and take our time with things. Because on March 14th, we have an incredible grand Earth trine, and it's coming right out of your first house. And it's activating the 9th house, which has to do with your spirituality. It has to do with publishing. It has to do with higher education. It has to do with long-distance travel. It has to do with the internet. And it's funneling down into the part of your chart that has to do with true love, romance, creativity, children, amusement, joy, the love you give to others, love affairs, taking a risk, This could bring in a new relationship for you. This could bring in someone really good for you, as long as you're looking at everything, you see? Because with Neptune in the part of relationships, in that part, we can so easily put them on a pedestal. And we see what we want to see. We're projecting onto them our fantasy, rather than seeing who they really are. And then when we find out who they really are, we get disappointed. And that's the challenge with Neptune, is it's like we're living in a movie. We don't see what's really going on. And so it's okay to fantasize, as long as we're owning the fantasy and not asking the other person to carry that fantasy. Okay? So as long as you're seeing everybody for who they are, you can have a really good time, because this Grand Earth trine is coming in here. It goes exact on March 14th, but it's going to be on until we get to the cycle of Libra. And this Grand Earth trine is going to give us the abundance and resources to do what we need to do, and to do what we want to do. And abundance isn't just money, although money is good, because that's how we pay our bills. Money is a good thing. Money and love are the same energy. It's the love of money that's not good. But money is good. And so this Grand Earth trine is activating you in the world, your appearance in the world, your outlook on life, your physical body, your personalities coming alive. You taking the initiative once Mercury goes direct. You going after what you want. Maybe you want to travel abroad. Maybe you want to have a business on the internet. Maybe you want to be published. Maybe you want to go on and get your PhD. Maybe you're ready for the love of your life. Venus and Jupiter are in the top of the chart, and they're climbing. And that means you're going to be climbing 2012, 2013, 2014. So you can afford to be patient. Now, we have the sun going into Aries on the 20th, and that's spring in the northern hemisphere. Yay! And fall in the southern hemisphere. And I love fall too. Okay, so we've got the sun going into Aries on the 20th, and then we have the new moon in Aries on the 22nd. And this is action-orientated, fiery energy, grand trine lifted off, activated. This grand trine is going to be seeding your life for the next 6 months. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, into Libra, because the Aries seeds it, and the Libra brings in the harvest of what we're seeding and growing this 6 months, the first 6 months of March to the fall. And so this new moon is happening in the part of your life that has to do with other people, other people's values. It has to do with money coming to you, money owed to you. Who owes you money, Virgo? It has to do with money owed to you from insurance, taxes, inheritance, your partner's resources, a payout, royalties. This is really exciting. And the cosmic message here is that we are to take a giant step forward into our future. And this new moon is activating new beginnings, new ideas, new projects, new relationships. And like I said, this new moon, which is activating the Grand Earth trine, is going to carry on into the fall, until the cycle of Libra. It's asking for you to be bold and take a risk and say yes. Maybe it's a new partnership. Maybe it's a new commitment. Maybe it's going deeper into an existing relationship. Maybe it's a business idea. Whatever you're thinking about, whatever you're cooking up, 2012 is the year to make it happen. 2012, the resources are going to be there for you. It's also, the new moon is also asking for you to set a boundary and say no and take a stand. Where do you need to speak your truth? Where do you need to stand up for yourself? Where do you need to set a boundary? Do you need to set a boundary with someone else? Do you need to set a boundary with yourself? Perhaps it could be, too much chocolate. Indulging in something. We can set boundaries with ourselves too. Boundaries are a good thing. Now, another thing I want to mention is this new moon in Aries is activating Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn. Everyone that has planets or an ascendant or a sun or a moon in Aries, Libra, Cancer Capricorn from 0 to 10 degrees. Because every time a faster moving planet goes past Uranus or Pluto, they kick off that square. And so Mercury crosses Uranus as it goes backwards, and it goes exact on the 17th. You could get sudden insights. You could get a sudden idea, a money-making idea. You could get a phone call where right around the 17th, someone brings you money. Someone who's owed you money pays up. You get a great bank loan. You get some sort of financing that is absolutely fantastic, great terms, a great deal. Or your partner could be coming into some money. It's really exciting. And that's March 17th. So be aware of sudden insights, increased intuition on that day, inventiveness, originality. It's very exciting. This is really awesome for all of us. And it's happening in the money houses for you. The 2nd, the 8th, and the 11th are the money houses. So we are being given immense power through the Grand Trine. Personally, for everyone, this Grand Trine is seeding abundance and opportunities for everyone. And abundance isn't just money. Although we need money to pay our bills, abundance can be a fantastic new relationship, a fantastic new business partnership. It can be a great new idea. It can be synchronicity, where we find ourselves in the right place at the right time. Abundance comes in many forms. It can be a healing modality that we discover, that all of a sudden we figure out how to cure something that's been a nagging problem. So we are being given immense power with this grand Earth trine. With Mars and Virgo, for you Virgo personally, right into your personality, your life, how you show up in the world, how we see you. Believe in your dreams coming true. It's the first step in manifesting what we want. We don't get what we want. We get what we believe. The only thing that trumps beliefs is passion and desire. Our desire, our passion, must be greater than our resistance. And that's the little nagging things we tell ourselves, okay? Or the false limiting beliefs, okay? Passion greater than resistance equals deliberate creation. What do you want to create in 2012? What do you want to make happen for yourself? Now, the last week in March is going to be wild. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be incredible, because the Sun will conjunct Uranus on March 24th and then square Pluto on March 29th. You will have incredible insights. You will have incredible epiphanies. You will be seeing into the human nature, because this new moon is taking place in the part of your chart where you really, it steps up your psychic abilities, it steps up your intuitive abilities. You're going to be seeing into human nature, both the good and the bad. You're going to know things about people you probably don't want to know, but you're going to know. Trust your intuition. Trust what your gut is telling you. The body is the messenger. Whatever the body is telling you, whatever your gut instinct is telling you, trust that. You're going to have new developments this last week in March in your personal life, and you're going to see it in the world. We are all getting the cosmic imperative at the last week in March, the first few days of April, to update our beliefs. Let go of the self-limiting beliefs. You're capable of anything. Upgrade your standards. Upgrade your relationships. Be open to the new possibilities that are coming into your life. We just need to take our time with Mercury retrograde and Mars retrograde. Mars will go direct April 13th. Mercury will go direct April 4th. So the 5th on, we can take action. This is the time to do our homework. This is the time to set things up, so when the timing is right, we can hit that ball right out of the park. So be open, stay aware, and watch the epiphanies that you get this month, and especially the last week. You're going to have a tremendous amount of insight into your own psychology, into the psychology of others, And you're really going to get it. You're really going to come together with a new, perhaps, beliefs, new foundation of beliefs that really empower you and cut you free from the past so that you can move forward April, May, June, and on. Okay, Virgo, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for voting this video up. Thank you for working with me. I love everyone I'm meeting. You guys are awesome. You're so much fun. There's incredible light bearers throughout this entire planet. All are one. If you'd like me to take a detailed look at your personal transits, laser in on what's happening for you personally in 2012, email me at Kelley@KelleyRosano.com. Until next time, Virgo, keep looking up.